Yeah, just really appreciative of our crowd tonight. I thought we had great attendance, and not only people in the seats, but they impacted the game. Our players are close to getting it figured out. When you get that crowd going, probably not the best time to go make a dumb foul. If we could kind of keep the momentum going, so we'll work on that. But I was really appreciative of all the fans coming out. Classes are going to start next Tuesday or whatever as normal, but the students don't have to be back until a couple weeks later. And so we continue to have those lower level seats in the lower bowl. So encourage anybody that hadn't seen us play yet to come out and check us out. And anybody that wants to come back, please do. We've got really good seats available for the next 2 or 3 home games in the lower bowl. But the message is thank you to the fans who came out. Thank you for impacting the game. Thank you for cheering so hard for our team. And we really appreciate it. The guys were talking about it in the locker room, so they're appreciative too.
Where did you see that manifest? There were free throws, there were steals. Where most did you see that?
I seen it on the defensive end. We were really locked in on the scouting report. We were active. We were rotating. We were forcing a lot of turnovers, and it allowed us to show our talent and get out and run.
Andrew, how do you teach somebody how to pick a guy's pocket?
I mean, it's more about instincts and just aggressiveness. We drill guarding guys' tendencies, understanding what moves they like to do, and it's just about just having a mindset of just wanting to shut down the other opponent.
Is there something that they might show? For you and Courtney, you built as clean as y'all did.
It's just more about just reading and anticipating. We was able to speed the other guard up. Early in the game, we noticed a tendency of jumping the pass, and we just capitalized and timed just use our instincts and timed it up well.
Andrew, you broke it open with a couple of buckets there late, and your head coach going nuts, pushing on you, shoving on you. Does that kind of excite you guys to see the emotion coming from the coach because you're giving him what he wants?
Yeah,
it's the toughest guy in Irving, popping arguably the second toughest guy in Irving.
Just taking on each other's personality, letting the relationship starting to come into fruition, especially when we start playing well and starting to understand what each other wants, both the coaches and the players, and finding a balance to where, we can make it to where we can win some games.
What was y'all's game plan on Tanner? Because it seems like y'all, whenever somebody a guard would get switched on him, y'all try to
be a veteran here, play him again.
Y'all had him scouted out pretty well.
He's a good player, he's effective. He's probably the star on their team, and we just wanted to be aggressive. We just wanted to be the most aggressive team and do what we could to, make it difficult for him tonight.
Veteran.
You, Courtney, Brock, Jason, y'all can talk to these new guys about the Big 12 and the grind and all that, but they don't know until they're in it, right? To go play Saturday, play tonight, when you see the scores from around the league, I think you might be surprised. I mean, this league is crazy. But so how is it? Do the guys understand now? You gotta bring it every night.
We're tough. So everything about traveling on the road and understanding about circumstances, each game is big, regardless if we're playing in Cardinal Word or Kansas. We need to bring our identity, let it show, and be the most aggressive team. That's it. And we're veterans. We understand what the coach wants, and it just takes time for us to actually click and do it for 40 minutes.
Yeah. We're used to seeing you put up points. You're a scorer naturally, but to watch you climb the ladder and get that big block to prevent a layup, how gratifying was that? Your team, the bench went nuts when you did that.
It feels good, man. I feel young. My body's starting to feel a lot better.
You are? You 70?
Man, something like that. But it just feels good just to be playing free. It felt free out there, running, jumping, being athletic, letting my game, come back to it where it used to be. So it was fun. I timed it up well.
We've come a long way, man. We got people asking Andrew Jones about defense in press conferences. This is great.
Andrew, you guys talked about how much the crowd meant to you all. But can you go into a little bit more detail about that?
The crowd brings the atmosphere. It sparks the game for us. It gives us momentum, and then it demoralizes the opponents. When they hear the crowd going crazy after a big-time play from us, it's a big distraction, and it's hard for teams to stay connected and win on the road like that. So having the fans out there is probably the best thing we can possibly have. It's been a while, and you don't understand how much home fans can impact the game and boost the morale for the team.
Two last ones for Andrew. Thank you, sir.
All right, y'all.
Question for Coach.
Chris, where did you, again, talking about aggression, where did you see it most?
Got to the free throw line. I saw Brian up there one time cheering when we got to the free throw line. That was good.
It is true, though. He was.
I thought we set the tone. We came out aggressive. We got a couple of fouls on one of their best players, one of the best players in the league. Guys did a good job executing the game plan. I thought we got to the paint early. We mixed up the defenses with 4 or 5 different full court presses. So I thought the coaching was aggressive, and I thought that the players did a great job playing aggressive.
Chris, do the guys need to see, though, when Dylan gets a hard drive to the bucket, Christian gets a nice hard play, how that opens things up. Andrew's now open for a three. Just going to the rim just helps everything.
Yeah, I think everybody's objective, no matter how you play, you're trying to get to the paint. Basketball is an inside-out game, and those were some great plays. CB's a really good driver, really good shooter too, and then Dylan, that play you were talking about, that was a pro play. There was some poise to that. It looked like I was watching a game on TNT or something.
You talked about the full court pressures. Y'all thrown that out at times, but not as much as it seems like y'all did tonight. Is that what you think really was able to throw them off rhythm on offense?
Yeah, each game's different, and we're going to try to put our players in a position to be successful. And as a coach, you don't always hit the right buttons, but you try. And I thought tonight we did a good job. This was Jarence's scout. RT has his handprints on everything on this program, as well as our other coaches. Guys do a great job. Yurik, all these guys. I thought tonight the players deserve all the credit. They executed it, but I liked our game plan. We were aggressive.
How gratifying was it to you to get it from other sources besides Marcus? They kind of took him away in Stillwater, and the other guys didn't step up, but you got it from a lot of places tonight.
Yeah, 5 guys in double figures. We're going to be tough to beat if we can get that offensive balance and guard on the other end. I thought Marcus played a great floor game. That dude's out there trying to win. He's not chasing anything on that stat sheet, and it's beautiful to watch. And I believe he's going to be a great pro because he can play different ways. And I don't want to speak for Porter and those guys, but it looked to me like they had a game plan for Marcus. And Marcus did a great job not forcing, with 5-6 assists tonight from where I was sitting. And, the turnovers, 1 or 2 he'd probably want back. But when you get the ball in your hands that much, I thought he played a great floor game. Got a couple of big baskets late in the shot clock with his talent. And he was dialed in as a leader. And I put Ramey in that same category tonight. Great floor game, leadership. And then young Devin coming off the bench and giving us those guard minutes is good. We continue to grow our bench, which we have to.
You talked about aggressiveness, with the guards. How much of that is, especially against a physical team, making sure that they go up and create contact when they're around the basket?
Yeah, right there with you. I thought the last time out we avoided some fouls. Our terminology is go demand the foul. You guys see, I think these officials are, I know they're really good at this level. I've coached at all the different levels, man. People say stuff about officiating. I've seen lower level officiating, and it's not in this league. And so, but if you want to get a foul, you got to go get it. You got to go demand it. You're not going to get a foul off of 1 foot. You're not going to get a foul falling away from the basket. I thought we had a couple of those last game, but tonight, from where I was sitting before we watched the film, I thought we demanded it. And obviously we got to the free throw line tonight. But yeah, if you want to get fouled in this league, you got to go get fouled.
Chris, what did you think about the 2 pickpocket plays in the open court? That's a mindset, going in there, looking at it, quick hands.
Yeah, just good players, and also just the awareness of when the other team's in a bonus and when they're not, and just the confidence and courage to go make a play. And I think trust is a big thing in basketball. So you're going to go make a play like that. If it doesn't go your way, you're trusting the guys behind you to rotate and have your back. And so we got a long ways to go, but we're starting to head that way in some ways. There's some more trust on the floor than there was 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago.
Short minutes for Trey. Is that just working back after missing some time?
Yeah, no question. Trey had not been able to practice, but had a lot of courage getting himself ready to play. he was mentally ready to play too. And so in a really strict time frame, he did what he had to do to get ready. And so we hope to have him back full speed next game is what I'm hoping.
And then Jace didn't see much time, reason behind that.
Yeah, Jace is right there. I don't want to speak for him, but a little bit banged up with his body, but available and willing to do everything we want. And I think what we need to get with Jace is we got to try to get him as healthy as he possibly can because we have no backup plan. We need him to play great basketball in this league. So it was good tonight to get a win and give him another day's rest with his body. And so we hope to get Jace back full speed. I don't know if anybody's full speed right now in the Big 12, but Jace is a guy that he overcomes a lot of adversity on a day-to-day basis, and so we just want him to be as fresh as he possibly can when his number's called next.
2-3 last ones for Coach. Coach, can you just talk about holding Oklahoma to 1 of 13 from beyond the arc?
I feel like Coach Saban up here with the Coke.
Product placement. There you go.
The ADD just kicked in again. I don't remember what you said.
Can you talk about the perimeter defense holding Oklahoma to 1 of 13?
Yeah, I think some of that's fortune. I think from their point of view, they got some good looks tonight, and some nights you're fortunate, some nights you're not. You got good teams figure out a way to win no matter where the fortune meter is. But tonight they missed some good looks, but I think you got to give our guys credit too. Some of them were contested. They've got one of the best shooters in the league in number 2. And we did a good job, I think, fighting him tonight. Lost him a couple times, but for the most part, we were dialed in. A little disappointed in our defensive effort at Oklahoma State with their best shooter, number 20.
Brian, I mean, Chris, you can talk about it until you're blue in the face, but the guys have to see that they have to bring a certain intensity every single game, no matter what. I mean, Saturday and tonight, does that help kind of prove your point to them?
I hope so. I think our guys realize that. They know that. But it's one thing knowing it, it's another thing going out there and doing it. That's the deal. So we got veteran players. They understand. I promise you, they're ready to play the other night. Just it's one thing to let's go, and another thing, let's go do it. So it's a production-based game, business, life, world. But yeah, I think our guys understand they've got to bring their best shot. I think what some of the guys are just learning is the Big 12, and they're enjoying it. This league, the competitiveness, it's just awesome. And tonight, the rivalry game, I think the guys did a great job, understanding, everybody has kind of a different view, but there's no denying that, these rivalry games are real. Texas, Oklahoma, and rich tradition. Our respect for Porter and those guys is off the charts, and we knew we were going to play one of our best games, and I think that's what we did. Before I watched the film, I think we played really clean tonight.
Keenan, last one.
Hey, Coach. So you didn't get to the line a whole lot against Oklahoma State, but tonight you got to the line 24 times. What do you think that shows about your team's mentality coming into this game?
If I had a thesaurus and I wanted another word for the word that we're all tired of using in the last 48 hours that starts with an A and has 2 G's, what would be another word? Assertiveness. I thought tonight we played with great assertiveness on both ends. And so, we went and got to the free throw line a few times tonight. And then I think when you got the lead and a good team like Oklahoma's, the game's not over. They're going to up their intensity. And so now you've got an opportunity on offense to maybe take advantage of a more aggressive defender. And I think our guys recognized that tonight. That was the theme in some of our timeouts, like, hey, you're getting their best shot now. See if you can get fouled. And our guys did. They were very assertive tonight.